racing, and we'll see who comes out with the better of the 18 of Trevor Winter. Takes the early lead as he goes through 1 and 2, followed by Ray Ross in the A2 with a little bit of a love tap from 47 as they go into the back straightaway. And 47 is Tony Pierce. I should have known that one as they go into 3 and 4 for the first time. Cars sliding every which way as they come out of 4 into the straightaway. And it's still the 18 Trevor Winter is our still race leader. As Tony Pierce is getting all wobbly at 97, decides he's going to have a little bit of a look at the infield as he goes by. And that's David Girk as he gets back onto the racing surface. And it looks like 89 is deciding he wants to knock the mud off the fence as he goes through 1 and 2. But it's still the Ray Ross and Trevor Winter battle up front as they come down past the start-finish line one more time. And it's still Trevor Winter, race leader over Ray Ross through 1 and 2. Winter getting a little bit high, that's any encouragement. And we've got a little bit of a love tap between Ray Ross and Trevor Winter as they come out of 1 and 2, and that's let the A1 car come into the picture now of Rob O'Toole. Starting to get a little bit of lap traffic now, which is going to cause a little bit of hassle as we've got Tony Pierce stuck over on 1 and 2, and we have the amber lights on. Looks like Tony's bogged himself down there. He need a push car, I think, to get himself out of that position.
Into close proximity of each other, we're about to go Sigma racing once again. So Trevor Winter leading the way, the green flag being waved abundantly by our flag marshal at the moment. And as you can see, 2 parts of the field at the moment. We've had troubles once again. Car 47, Tony Pierce, into a little bit of bother with car number 46. And fortunately for the 46 entry, he's able to start it up again. Tony Pierce in the wars tonight has had a couple of spins. Car 54 over there in between turn 1 and 2, struggling as well. That's another of the Pierces, Jamie Pierce this time. This should not be called the Sigma Cup or Sigma Eliminator. It should certainly be the Pierce family racing bracket. There's that many of the Pierces in it. Well, Tony Pierce is still spun. Now we've got the A2 car of Ray Ross starting to weave his way through a bit of the traffic and driving in the 61 entry. Then back to car 89, Stephen Pierce, another of the Pierces. So the Pierces not faring too well in the first heat of the Sigmas here this evening. And I've got to say that Trevor Winter is certainly doing a great job out there at the moment, holding off and fending away all of the other racers trying to get on by him. Now the A2 car of Ross starts to, I thought was looking good, but got a little out of shape out of turn 4. And you can just see how slippery and wet it is out there, folks. The amount of, literally the amount of mud that is starting to accumulate. Well, touch between Rob O'Toole and Ray Ross there, the A1, A2 car. Ross still out of shape. Now evasive action from car 86 of Wed. And ultimately comes to a close right on the Centenary Real Estate lap counter. Does Ray Ross. It's going to cost him because he's facing the wrong way. That's not a good start. And now our race leader, Winter, still starting to make a bit of a move, I thought, on Ross. But Ross looks like he is another of the casualties of the first heat of the Sigmas. So plenty of push and shove. Rob O'Toole driving around the outside of car number 46 there. And looks like he may be on a bit of a move. We've got 2 laps remaining here in the first heat of the Sigmas. And Rob O'Toole goes to high side around in the A1 car. As you can see, really sticking very close to that side wall. Although Trevor Winter is driving the little steering wheel off of this Sigma. Car number 97 getting all out of shape there. David Gerke gets back into the competition of things. But Rob O'Toole has got a bit of a drive, as has car number 46, to chase down Trevor Winter in this Sigma. He's led pretty much from start through until finish, which is, of course, 2 turns time up the front straight. And we've got the winner of our first heat of the Sigmas. And ladies and gentlemen, I think it will be the car number 18, Trevor Winter. Gets the win, 2 minutes 09.24 seconds, 2 minutes 09.24 for Trevor Winter in the number 18 car. So your winners there, folks, of course, Trevor Winter and Mitchell Zubakin up against Wayne Dyer. Those two guys will be sharing the front row. In the second row of the grid, car number 85, that is Rod Pierce. And beside him, car number 87, that is Trevor C. Back on the third row of the grid, car 44. 44 is Mike Dadd. In beside him will be car number 50. That's Neville Beauchamp. And then, of course, we go back through the ranks, car number 99, driven by Martin. You run here in the second heat of the Sigmas. And we have got ourselves a pretty big field. 15 cars, in fact, in this field. And we're missing 4. I believe there was 19 entered for the second heat of the Sigmas. So 4 not making it to this particular heat. But here we go. We are set for a start here at the Brisbane International Speedway for the second heat, event 4 of the Sigmas. And as I said, very much similar in performance. It'll all come down to driving, and Wayne Dyer there struggling. He has gone from second and caused a collision between car 77, that of Dean Cameron. He may be sporting the Australian flag, folks, but he's certainly not driving this little Sigma to the best of his ability. Car number 81, though, Mitchell Zubakin is out there in the lead and doing a pretty good job at the moment. Car 85 chasing him down is Rod Pierce. Now, I know for a fact from watching the last few rounds of these Sigmas, folks, Rod Pierce is a very clean racer, so keep your eyes on the 85 car. Back in third at the moment, Mike Dadd in the 44 Sigma wagon, and my good friend in car number 23, it's of course young Craig Roberts in the Autobahn car. He's struggling at the moment in last place, but our 2 race leaders have spun out, would you believe? Rod Pierce in the 85 car has spun Mitchell Zubakin out, and there's a bit of arm waving going on. I don't think he's a happy camper in there. So the Coe and the driver there in the 81 Zubakin car are not happy, to say the least. And you can see the panel damage is fairly extensive in the passenger side door. Well, is it their race one and done, or are they just going to sit there and wait for car 85 and Rod Pierce to come and by so they can nail him back? Well, I reckon that's exactly the game that Mitchell Zubakin's going to play. And a protest flag being shown by the Zubakin Racing at Rod Pierce. I actually thought Rod Pierce was going to try and nail him. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Mitchell Zubakin was going to try and nail Rod Pierce as he came around on the second of the laps after, of course, taking him out. So our race leader at the moment, car number 44, is Mike Dadd out there in the wagon, now being challenged by Neville Beauchamp. And Craig Roberts is slowing things up in the 23 car. Looks very slippery out there indeed. And shuts the door, does Roberts. The slow car flag being shown to Roberts on that occasion. And once again, blocking Neville Beauchamp from actually having a serious challenge at Mike Dadd in the 44 wagon. Now he gets on by him down the back straight. The 77 car of Cameron will also run with them. And they go 3 into the first corner. Oh, I beg your pardon, into the 4th corner, I should say. So, car number 44 leading the way with 2 laps remaining. Mike Dadd, very fortunate indeed that there was the racing incident between Rod Pierce and Mitchell Zubakin, which automatically threw him from 3rd place up into 1st. Now Beauchamp is starting to put on a little pressure on, as is the 77 car of Dean Cameron, applying pressure to both Beauchamp and Mike Dadd. Well, there's your three leaders of this race, folks, going into turn 2 right now, 44, 50 and 77. Nice close racing with, of course, the final lap. A bit of out of shape driving and all crossed up is Dean Cameron, but enjoying it nonetheless out there. And Beauchamp, can he get him on the last corner? Well, I don't know. It looks pretty tight. Door handle to door handle, and Bochum will get there, would you believe, by a guard length. That was all that was in it. And we will see car number 50 go into first place. Car number 44 is second. That is, of course, Mike Dad. And car number 77, the entry of Dean Cameron, is third. Your official race time, 3 minutes 28.14 seconds.